What's up, weebs? Welcome back to Melina, the podcast where we take you down the yellow brick road of anime and have a look at everything it has to offer. As always, I'm your host, Notorious, and joining me once again today is Shaun.
That's me.
And Melina.
That's me.
Ah.
I just found out who I am. This is crazy.
That's me, and you're you.
Oh.
Wow.
On today's episode, we're delivering the goods in Kiki's delivery service, written and directed by Hayao Miyazaki, music by Joe Hisaishi, animation production by Studio Ghibli. It released in Japanese theaters July 29th, 1989. It is licensed in the US by G-Kids, in the UK by Studio Canal, and streaming worldwide outside of Japan on Netflix. Then we're looking for the Tower of Babel in Lupin III, Legend of the Gold of Babylon.
Beautiful title.
Directed by Seijun Suzuki and Shigetsugu Yoshida, written by Yoshio Urasawa and Atsushi Yamatoya, music by Yuji Ono. It released in Japanese theaters July 13th, 1985. It is licensed by Discotek in the US. All the same usual shit for Lupin stands.
Yeah. Y'all know.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah, we've done like 12, 13 episodes at this point.
If you don't get it at this point, fucking watch them all.
Yeah. There's two really good big compilations.
Yeah.
Give them a like, give them a like, give them a like.
So yeah. What one are we starting with? Are we starting with Kiki?
I saw Kiki first.
I saw Kiki first.
I didn't, but I'm happy to do Kiki first.
I
The
kind of want to
center-
get Lupin out of the fucking way though.
That is true. You know what? Yeah, let's do Lupin first.
Yeah. I'm going to be up front. A lot of Lupin we've watched have been at worst just fine, and finally I found the one that I genuinely just did not like.
Manhattan joke. Manhattan joke. Manhattan joke.
You know what?
Not even the city pop can save this one.
You know what? I heard that like opening song and I was like, this is a really weird like song to start out on. Then when it played at the end, I was like, pets. Fucking pets.
Yeah.
This entire movie was a fucking Manhattan joke.
It's such a bold choice to use the same song again
Yeah.
for the
They
end
gave up.
credits. Yeah, they fully gave up.
By the time they got to credits.
Yeah.
Okay, so you remember Mamo?
Oh.
You remember how we felt about Mamo, guys? Those almost 3 years ago now.
Oh, Jesus.
I felt it again, only Mamo was kind of fun at the end, whereas this one I
Yeah.
wanted to bash my head against the fucking wall.
But you know what they have in common? Hitler.
Yeah.
I was gonna say space, but
I
you know,
hate
Hitler,
that that's
yeah.
a lot of, linking factors of Lupin.
Why
Yeah.
you can't keep getting away with it?
Yeah, it was all going well until they were like, and we were digging in the Middle East. Nazi flag.
The fact that it
No.
jumps up, it literally jump scares
Yeah.
you with the Nazis, and I was like, God, fucking
I-
damn it!
I was already at this point, like, kind of scrolling on my phone at the same time. So I was watching it dubbed. And so, like, I'm scrolling and I just look up and I just see Hitler on the screen and I'm like, why is it always Hitler?
You know, it was almost 2 for 2 because the opening shot of this movie as well obviously has Manhattan. And
Yeah.
sadly, the first thing I spotted was the Twin Towers.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, hold on, I gotta make sure what year this movie
Oh,
came out.
this was, yeah, you could tell.
1985. Okay, we're cool. There's not
Yeah.
gonna be any sort of like hint allegory,
Yeah.
even to the 1993 bombing.
No.
Like that one time, we're good.
Remember
Nah.
when the Brazil football team...
No, you see what that was? That was fucking distracting me for the fucking sucker punch that was the Nazis again. And it doesn't make it. Sorry, we're jumping all out the place, but I gotta say, he took that whole part starts with him saying, "My father found these stones under Madison Square Garden."
These ancient relics.
Which,
of Madison.
if you don't know, Madison Square Garden opened in 1968.
See, I don't like this logic.
I have to say, I think you're getting hung up on them just calling it Madison Square Garden out of simplicity. And
But
the
they
fact
show
that
it in that flashback.
the garden might not have been there.
But they show it in the flashback.
See, he's hung
And
up
then
on the details
it
here.
gets cut to the Nazis from the 30s. It doesn't make sense. I'm angry.
garden was probably not there. It was probably just whatever was there before. They happened to find them there.
Manhattan
Fuck you. It
joke.
doesn't make any sense.
Manhattan joke.
New York existed before
I know New
1965.
York existed. It's just the fact that they keep bringing up Madison Square Garden.
It's a simple touch point that everyone's gonna understand.
Why?
I would have loved
Could've
it if it
picked
was
anything else.
underneath the Statue of Liberty, though.
That I do
Yeah.
like the moment where the Statue of Liberty turns around and drops the
Why did that happen?
aliens.
Don't
doesn't-
worry about it.
That literally just happens. Why?
I think the best thing I saw about this that didn't help me feel any better towards the film, but at least helped me understand sort of like the movie is it is wrapped up in cartoon logic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine, but while Lupin is kooky and weird, it's never overly cartoony.
yeah, like
There is never a suspension of logic in the realm of childlike cartoonishness.
like even way back when we watched like Cagliostro, I remember like when we watched that for the first time, and there were multiple times like, oh, he'd actually fucking died there.
Yeah.
But like
It's fine.
the one that
Don't-
always sticks out to me is when it's like the trap waterfall or whatever and he swims back up.
Yeah.
That was, but like that still fit like the tone of that movie, and
Yeah.
also it felt Lupin enough, having now seen like a bunch more
Yeah.
Lupin. This one was straight up fucking Looney Tunes. The one that made me actually wheeze was when Zenigata's got like the dynamite and like that opening and that overly long chase
Yeah.
that spends
Oh
so
my
much time
God.
on that billboard,
Yeah.
which we will get to, by the way, on the design of that billboard.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's when he's lighting up the dynamite, it goes across the string, and Lupin pulls out a fucking
U-turn sign.
yeah, like fucking Wile E. Coyote, and it just turns around.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
respect traffic sign.
It's a bomb.
That chase sequence
Oh my
started out
Fun.
really cool, really fun, and then it just
Kept
kept
going.
going.
It's like a full 10 minutes. isn't
Yeah.
It stopped, and then it started again.
Yeah.
And then Fujiko showed up, and it stopped, and then it
It
fucking started again. Oh.
Yeah, at some point I was like, oh, they've got to be reusing shots, because at
No,
this
there's a
point-
couple of points where they
Yeah.
reuse shots. Like every time
No.
Lupin comes out of on the tongue, that's just the
Yeah.
same shot.
It makes no
again.
sense without context,
No,
but that's
yeah.
what happens.
Yeah, no, I think the opening scene is fun. Where we're in the club in like the Hell's
Yeah.
Kitchen area or something, and Lupin is a big monkey.
Yeah,
I like
that's
Big Monkey
great.
Lupin.
That's really great.
You know, the character design of some
Mhm,
people of color, we'll get to that whole thing. And then just big presents showing up. It's
To
Zenigata.
Lupin.
See, that's the classic shenanigans
Yeah.
you want.
There's
And
also
like
this-
shooting down the size of the monkeys. That's I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
There's
Yeah.
even like this little, I want to say almost clever little thing where they have fake
Yes.
Jigen
Yeah.
and fake Goemon, where like their designs are just off enough where you're like,
Are
that doesn't feel right. Is this just an art style
Mhm.
thing? But then like
Because
they
they
speak.
seemed wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean
Yeah.
you see Jigen's eyes, and the moment that
Uh-huh.
happened, I was like, that's just fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also like his chin's like wildly off.
Yeah,
as well.
and Goemon sounds completely wrong as well.
Uh-huh.
So I was
Yeah.
like, is this on purpose? Are they
Exactly.
not actually them? And then
Yeah.
it's revealed it's not. It's like, okay, cool.
That's
I'm,
fun.
I'm glad
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they like they made that like pretty clever. But then
then
the
we
rest of the movie isn't
immediately-
that clever.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's a fun little thing that happens that starts our initial, the first Zenigata Lupin chase of the Lupin movie, which is a cornerstone. You gotta start
Yeah.
there. But to then have 10 minutes of them on motorbikes
I was so
in
tired.
Times Squares.
You want to see them go around the eye again
No!
and again and again.
Want to
Again?
see them go in the? Do you want the tongue again?
Oh.
Also,
Yeah.
that billboard changes size all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
shot.
Hey! No!
There
it
is
does.
not a single scene in this film where I think they managed to keep everything on model the entire time. It's constantly wandering off. I mean, Fujiko is the, big point too, but if you watch it, like Jigen, Goemon, Lupin constantly go off model all of the
Yeah.
time. I don't think the director, Seijun Suzuki, I've just said it, but I don't remember. I don't think he is a anime or animation director typically. So I think I'm gonna put it down to the fact that he didn't know better than to go back to all the animators and go, fix this shit now.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're not.
Really George Lucasing it.
Yeah. Equally, on the other hand, I guess they're a big fan of like Ralph Bakshi and some of the other like obscure American animators.
I'm gonna be honest, it could be that, but honestly, it could just be the art style's just that ugly.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a lot of the American character designs, not just the people of color, but like everyone is so weird
Yeah.
that it legitimately looks. And I looked this up, so I think the newer titles of the movie are Street Fighter Bustin' Out. The original title of the movie, I cannot say. But there's a Ralph Bakshi movie.
Oh god.
And I will show you what the title of the movie is, because I'm going to type it into Google. One of the characters is legitimately, I think, just in this movie.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's...
And that woman with the American flag design, she's just one of Zenigata's
Ladies.
ICPO ladies.
Oh, so that happens.
That happens.
That beauty pageant
I'm
just
sorry.
happens.
Yep.
I think this movie had potential to be so stupid, silly, funny.
Yes.
Because we have a moment where finally Zenigata's boss man is like, I gotta take you off the case. But
Yeah.
no, I must get you. I must. It's like, I need you to do this job. And it's just Zenigata in a fucking blimp. We've got a beauty pageant coming up. And then we see the fucking beauty contest, which, yeah, it's a bit racial stereotypy.
Miss Lasagna.
Miss Lasagna. Manuel, if you're listening, I'm so sorry. You
Did
didn't
you
get to
watch this with you?
No.
I asked.
I'm so disappointed.
I know.
It's giving real pizza pasta.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
giving pizza pasta vibes.
Like, you know, all the women are some sort of stereotype.
Yes.
Which, I think they could have done silly, funny, stupid.
Uh-huh.
But I love the idea of there's this police beauty pageant, and for some reason, these ladies just team up with Zenigata.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The least perverted man.
Uh-huh.
He's an ally.
He has
Oh
the
my
aura.
God.
He has the aura.
The base idea of Zenigata thinking, if I just get a gaggle of women, I've got Lupin.
Yes.
Any other Lupin film? Fantastic
that's
idea.
genius.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
It's in this one though.
Yup.
Not here.
Yeah.
No.
Like, legit, it was for me a light bulb moment. Like, he could have
Yeah.
all this time.
Yup.
Yeah.
We just needed to get a woman involved.
It's weird when that scene with all its sort of stereotyping
Yeah.
and even for Lupin, this movie is very wow with all the like the female like sexualization and
Yes.
stuff, especially with Fujiko.
Yeah. Also, the old woman too, for
Yeah.
some
She's
reason.
horny as hell.
Yeah.
They make her young in one part, and she's also an alien.
Don't
Yep,
care.
don't.
Don't
It's
care.
still
She's also
weird.
at one point maybe a god. Who knows?
It's weird with all that, but like throughout it all, the policewoman squad that's with Zenigata is like probably one of the most well done parts
Yeah.
of the movie. Even like the African one, she's done very well
Yeah.
compared to all the designs,
All the
of
other
people of
ones.
color in this movie.
It's
Which
very
we keep
much.
dancing around, but we gotta
Mhm.
talk about it at some point. What,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
It's like the traditional bad blackface.
Yeah.
It is 1920s American
Uh-huh.
cartoon
Yeah.
level.
What is it? They call it the black minstrel design or
Yeah,
something like that.
minstrel show design with like the really exaggerated
Mhm.
lips and like the dark skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Chinks from Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
before they
It's-
redesigned her because that was fucked.
Which
Yeah.
I if I remember correctly, that's not the intent of Jinx's design. I
No.
believe Jinx's design is meant to be more on the Gyaru
I have heard
style,
that, yeah.
which is like school, like high school girls in Japan. That's the main demographic. It obviously
Yeah.
extends beyond that. Kind of have a more Western influence on their like fashion sense, and so they do fake tan. They dress with like more audacious style, sort of like American.
Yeah.
You know, put that on a Pokemon. And over exaggerated features, it kind of comes off the wrong way.
Yeah, you exaggerate even more, and you're in unintended but not very great territory. And even here, I guess there may be an argument that for Japanese animators, the context and the connotations aren't going to be as well known, especially in the 80s. Same time, not an excuse.
Yes, no, 100%.
Still
like,
up.
You know, there's a lag between certain things making their way between countries, and like this was only 20 years after the civil rights movement, so like you can sort of understand a country that's like not as ethnically diverse as Japan,
especially in anime, which is influenced by Western animation, especially classic Disney-esque sort of animation. That stuff is gonna seep in, and you can reasonably imagine that for a Japanese animator that history, context, and all the ickiness, to put it in a really light term, isn't gonna come across, or they're not gonna know. But still with the context, with all the history, you'll look at it and you feel sort of repulsed.
Yes, it's not something that ages particularly well either.
I'm happy they didn't really play into much stereotypes in their characters, at least, but that does not fucking
the dub plays into some of the like New York and sort of, you know, forget about it type stuff, but like thankfully it never plays into like racial stereotypes.
No, that never happened. The closest it could possibly get is maybe the hotel owner when Lupin tries to call him, does just cut like the phone out of laziness, but that could even just be like another a standard joke. I don't think there really is any racial undertone under that, other than just the character happens to be a person of color who's not drawn the best.
I think the only time it gets racially dicey in terms of characterization is the woman that Goemon kind of falls for.
Chinese.
Whose name I don't think I want to say. I think I remember it, but
it's not great.
It's not.
It's giving J.K. Rowling.
I was gonna say. It's giving that.
It's no Cho Chang, but
no.
It's giving that. It's also the voice is very stereotypically. And of course she knows kung fu.
Yes, well, of course she knows
she's
kung fu.
Chinese. All Chinese people know kung fu. That's all they do.
How did Goemon know she was in there? His sword doesn't cut flowers.
Shut the actual
The fuck does that even mean?
I legitimately said to my screen, shut the fuck up, you samurai wannabe son of a bitch.
And I was like, part of me was somehow rooting for them.
Wow.
Because they're both the weird characters. And I was like, go on, you deserve this.
Again,
you deserve this.
Any other Lupin, and if her character was just less egregious in her writing, would have been all for it. That would have been cute. It's almost like that other Goemon love interest that happened in one of the movies. Not this one.
No.
Bad take in this one.
I think this is one of those movies that can be redone well nowadays.
If they tweak a good chunk
absolutely.
It would need like a complete from the ground rewrite, and I don't think it should be set in New York as much as it is. Nor should the Tower of Babel have just been plucked from Mesopotamia and accidentally dropped on the North American continent.
I love that. The little visual they gave us.
So Monty Python, by the way.
Yes.
Peak Monty Python.
The way they explained, like, how do we think these like ancient texts from Mesopotamia came here? God picked it up and dropped it.
So you guys know the famous story.
For 25,000 years, when he comes around every 76.
You see,
I fucked up.
He keeps coming to get it, but like every time he gets there, he keeps like getting distracted by like he sees something in the window of like a shop, and he's like, I kind of want to buy that instead, like right now, and then he realizes his time is up, and he's like, oh well, better luck next time.
Okay, I'll make sure I remember.
I'll put a reminder on my phone to get it next time. Repeat ad nauseum for like 25,000 years. Anyway, You guys know the story of the Tower of Babel, that famous
course.
Bible story?
Yes.
From the book of Genesis.
Play.
No, you fucking don't. That's not what happened.
Let
Here's
me
the
tell
real
you
version with
the Bible.
gold and aliens and New York City, baby.
Not once does the actual story of the Tower of Babel ever get mentioned
Ever.
in this movie.
I swear, the moment where like Fujiko's like, there were 2 Tower of Babels, and like they go, well, yeah, there was one, but the other one was way bigger and way more close to like historically
mean that
accurate.
one?
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh.
that is supposed to be a little nod to the actual fucking story.
Yeah, maybe, but they never actually like bring it up. They're obsessed with like the gold of it, and I'm like,
I don't think that was
for
gold.
Babylon, yes, the Tower of Babel, they're in the same region. There's no evidence they were in the same exact like kingdom. And
Yeah.
the Tower of Babel is about people building a tower to the heavens and being struck down by God, and suddenly they can't speak the same
Yeah.
language anymore. It's
like-
nothing about the greed of humanity and gold. Or aliens, for that matter.
You could argue the whole hubris thing is
Sure,
maybe a
I
connection,
guess.
but it's very weak.
Yeah.
They just wanted a gold movie. They just wanted a movie about gold.
The
And
MacGuffin
Babylon.
of this movie is gold. That's
Gold.
it. Just gold.
Gold.
Riches.
Yeah.
Moolah.
Something that hasn't ever really motivated Lupin before. He's usually motivated by like something else, and the money's secondary.
He's usually
Yeah.
motivated by just
A woman.
the chase and the
Yeah.
bad
Yeah,
woman.
he just looks for treasures.
Yeah.
It's like he's trying to collect all treasure.
Or
Doesn't
like
care
if it's
monetary.
exciting
Yeah.
to get a hold
he's,
of it.
He's there for the bragging rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like,
Fujiko's the one that's usually there for the money, and they. Okay, so this isn't the worst Fujiko we've ever seen, I think, but it's
No.
not exactly.
No.
It's kind of. I put
disappointing.
it down there because she's barely in the movie, because I feel like the movie forgets about her like
Yeah.
at multiple points.
One of her major scenes, it's not even her.
No.
Yeah.
Which
It's
I,
actually Lupin.
I made a note. I was like, oh, Fujiko's being so weird. This is disgusting. And then Fujiko blows up like a balloon
Yeah.
and is revealed to be Lupin. I'm like, no, never mind. All that weird shit
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. I
did the
makes total sense.
I did the same thing. Oh, it all suddenly makes sense now.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
moment she was like, oh, that's so mean. What would Lupin say? I was like, Fujiko would never fucking
No.
say that.
Yeah,
She wouldn't give a
Lupin
shit.
has a few of these.
So
Lupin's is bigger.
when she pops like a balloon and Lupin's there, I was like, ah, okay, it all makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
now,
never
we're
mind.
good.
This is all.
It's literally only like not the worst Fujiko by virtue of like, because she's not in it that much, there's not a huge chance for the movie to like overly sexualize her or anything.
I kept comparing to like Mamo with her because if I recall correctly, in Mamo she's basically just a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a really big disservice to her character, even when it was the second one we watched.
Yes.
But like this one, it came kind of close because there's a lot of times where it feels like she's just an accessory to whoever else is in the scene.
Yeah.
But she gets one cool moment of throwing a boomerang to capture the golden lion. I was like, okay, you've done
Slay, girl.
You've done
Slay.
one bare minimum scene
Yeah.
of her being cool. You get 1 point.
They cast her in like a half bust of the gold lion at one point.
Someone's
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
That
like,
was
this is
real
someone-
weird.
this
Oh
was
no,
someone's fetish.
stepbrother. I'm stuck in the gold of Babylon.
Oh, brother, I'm stuck in the gold lion.
Dude, we can't. I meant to say this at the start. We can't make those jokes here. Nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about. Oh no, Step Lupin, I'm stuck in the goal and you gotta save me. Oh,
Your shame.
oh help me.
Also, can we talk about the villain's motivation for getting his little squad of bad guys disciplined?
Which
Oh,
villain?
the fly swatter?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The booty smacker.
Yeah.
Remember the
You
start?
sees it once. I can't remember. It says it really weird. It's really like,
Yeah.
you know, what's
my
the
notes-
classic meme of the writer's barely disguised fetish or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, this shame. Oh no.
You know that early part of the movie where Lupin says stick them up, and instead of just putting their hands up, they turn around
They
and
show
spread.
hole. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh no.
There's no
Oh
explanation.
no.
I think think the dub even added a line like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They did. It pans away, and then we just hear the what the hell?
What?
There's also the part where, like, when they get hit with it again, he brings the spikes out.
Yeah.
He hits one guy, and that guy just dies.
Ever
like,
been spanked to death?
and I'm like, you know, as far as that goes, that's still a little light.
Yeah.
It wouldn't kill a person.
It would hurt.
It would hurt, and someone would be into it, but it wouldn't kill anyone.
Maybe he just died of cringe.
I was like, this is so embarrassing.
I can't believe this is the Lupin movie. I mean, I'm out.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. I kind of just pushed back.
It's a whole thing, alright.
See, this is why, to me, it's almost on the level of Nostradamus, because it's so stupid.
Nostradamus
so
at least was
stupid.
like fine and like mildly entertaining, whereas this
base.
is just like fucking nonsense.
Yeah. I think you could really tell that this movie sent us all into fucking hysterics.
Yes.
Yeah, so I watched it like a week ago, and then I rewatched it yesterday.
Oh wow, bold choice.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's something I'm missing.
There wasn't.
No.
I was like, I'm just not connecting with this. I think maybe I just need to, I need to refresh my memory. So English dub, so I can just half pay attention. And I think I'm more confused. Because I was like, okay, so God dropped the tower.
Except God's an alien.
Yeah, God's an alien.
But God's an alien.
And
Lupin's in the tower.
God is an alien and also Halley's Comet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't bring Halley's Comet into this.
I almost human jukeboxed again.
I know you did. I tried to trigger it.
Yeah, they just bring up the fucking comment. I'm like, you don't deserve that. You can't just
You've
take
not
that.
earned the right.
I
No.
guarantee whatever Halley's Comet's got going on makes more sense than this.
It does. Ask an astronomer.
Yeah, and the fact that lady
An astronomist?
An
An astronomer.
That, yeah, I don't like this movie. It's causing my brain to shut down.
Yeah, Rosetta is a character.
Are you sure about that?
Like, it's okay, so she's like an old drunk. Okay, I was on board with her having her silly little sing-song until she starts getting undressed.
She starts doing a strip show for Lupin.
I genuinely thought for like a little while she was Fujiko in disguise.
You know, that's fair. That would have been a better twist than just...
She's an alien,
Yeah.
actually.
When she shows up in the nightclub at the beginning and we see Monkey and Lupin in a monkey suit, I was like, oh, so that's Lupin and this is clearly going to be Fujiko and it's going to be the start of this thing. Nah, Rosetta's a
I
whole
was
thing.
kind of hoping the reveal of Goemon and Jigen would be that Goemon is
switched.
Jigen and Jigen is
Yeah,
Goemon.
same. They were like, they were very badly doing impressions
Yeah.
of each other.
Look at me, I'm Jigen, I have a gun.
I have a gun. You want to know how fast I can? You want to know how fast I can shoot? Like, you want to know his reaction speed? Oh, what do I have? I have a fucking sword.
I care nothing for standards and I shoot foolish things all the time. That would have been hilarious, actually.
Yeah,
We're writing a better Lupin movie
that's
right
what
now.
happens whenever we watch a Lupin that's disappointing. We start fixing it.
Yeah, we start writing the more entertaining version.
Yeah.
It craves to be fixed.
Yeah.
Because again, Zenigata with a gaggle of hops.
Yes.
It's a genius idea.
Not one perverted moment from him.
No.
Not one. Which I fucking
I
love it.
thought one was gonna happen when
Yeah.
he goes into the kitchen on the train and he's like, cuff him, and they're like, but the handcuffs aren't.
For Lupin.
Yeah, and I thought they were gonna be like, but the handcuffs are for something else.
Yeah.
At first, and I was like, no.
We were saying.
They're serious police women. What are you?
Exactly. What do you think they are?
A gaggle of hot women from a beauty contest? I don't
A
know.
police beauty contest.
Get it right. They are professionals.
ICPO beauty contest.
Show them respect.
They just walk around with those ICPO t-shirts on the entire
Show
time.
some fucking respect to Miss Lasagna.
And like they're in the fucking desert, their jeep's broken down, 3 tanks roll up, they're like, tits out, let's go.
If it works.
Let's go. And
You want something done, give Zenigata some hot women. He won't do anything, they'll do it all.
He just stood there. I swear they're nice. Please. This is not an act of terrorism. I beg you guys. We're not trying to wage war. My gaggle of hot women is very unreasonable.
I want them to return.
The gaggle of hot women will return.
Yeah, I want the gaggle back.
See, they're fun. Like, we have a moment where I think the Soviet lady's boobs are all up in Zenigata's face.
Mm-hmm.
Not creepy. Not one moment. Not one moment is he into it. He's like, nah.
He's like, madam,
he is purely being
professionals.
suffocated.
Yes. Which would be most men's dream, but he's like, I am in hell.
You know.
I need to catch Lupin.
Yeah.
Man's got a goal.
Yeah.
Iconic.
The flesh is temporary, Lupin is forever. Nothing compared to the chase.
What a fucking movie. God.
Oh god.
You may have tits, woman, but I gotta chase Lupin. Catch me in the ring.
Oh, I can't. I don't know what the fucking score is.
I have no idea.
Because like it's one of those things you have fun because it's so stupid, but it's also boring as hell.
I did not have fun watching it. I have fun
about it.
talking about it.
Oh yeah, this is so much more entertaining than actually watching.
Yes, 100%.
So what are you guys' scores?
I give it 2 hot ladies out of 10.
I gave it a 4.
I think a 4 is fair.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think on my rewatch, I was already having more fun with it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, let's just ignore the fact that the plot is shit. There's some very bad racial undertones in the design.
There's also an implication of Rosetta sleeping with Alexander, Napoleon, and Hitler.
Women's gotta do it.
No, don't try and defend that.
Women's got hobbies. God forbid.
Jesus Christ.
You heard it here. Melina says sleeping with Hitler is a hobby.
To some, apparently.
You're doubling down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus.
God. 4 out of 10. Agreed. Would get drunk and watch it again.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh, 100%.
I'm gonna change my answer. 2 cancelled Melinas out of 10.
Look, if I'm cancelled for that, Lupin should be cancelled so much more.
Oh yeah. We're all cancelled just by being in proximity.
Yeah.
You do not get to give me shit for barking over Fujiko when you just said sleeping with Hitler is
I said
like...
a woman's gotta have hobbies. She was there for 25,000 years.
Literally anyone else on the planet.
yeah, like, you know, there were other men, plenty of them. She could have picked one of them not in the Nazi party.
Yeah. I just had to assume she was a woman in power, and I got it.
Literally any other man in power.
The whole thing...
Melina, why are you defending this?
The whole point of that is meant to be that the men with ambition tend to be the ones who are, like, deeply evil in their soul. Yeah. But the movie's so shit at making any point at all.
Except for hot women can be police.
You know what? That's the best message of the
You
movie.
can be hot and police.
Let's fucking go, girls.
Except this is also the movie that says be hot, be alien, sleep with Hitler.
Yeah.
I don't want that as the quote for this episode.
No,
That's just the title.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So now let's move on to the family.
Let's get this one fucking wild combo.
No, my last thought is a cab except for the hot gaggle.
Yes.
But Saran Zenigata, they are the only exceptions.
And they are so competent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're competent, alright.
Boy, are they competent.
Damn, are they competent.
Damn.
No!
Hold on. One for you. One for me. Hey, you know what? One for you.
Yeah, I get one too.
Oh,
what was Ghibli up to
oh
this
my
week?
god.
Let's completely switch up
Nothing
the Cozy Witch movie.
could have prepared me when we were picking these. Just going, it's a Lupin.
It's fine.
Let's pair it up with a Ghibli movie.
Yeah.
To actually the reality of...
Okay, let's switch.
Yeah.
Let's brain. Okay.
We could
Well,
not have picked any two different
Oh
movies,
my
except
god.
the only time I feel like the change was this dramatic was fucking My Neighbor Totoro and Grave of the Firefly.
Which are both, Ghibli movies.
Yeah, and that's canonical.
Yeah.
And they did that first.
They
Yeah.
did that before
They
we
did
did.
that first.
I know. So does that make this worse?
So get ready for a double bill in your cinema. It's Lupin.
Oh, the 80s fucking suck.
This entire month is 80s stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Kiki actually came out the same year Pat Labor did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great time to be Japanese, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, with this bad economic boom.
Yeah.
So witches.
Yeah.
Witches be witching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They bitchin'.
Hell yeah.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
Sex is sex.
This movie was very comfy and cozy.
Yes.
And I would watch it again in a heartbeat.
Yes.
I think this has completely supplanted Castle in the Sky as my favorite Ghibli movie.
They are.
Yeah.
I kind of thought the hype would maybe bear this one, because like a lot of people say this is one of their favorite ones,
Yeah.
and I thought that was gonna fuck me up watching it. No, this was great.
It's
2 in a row for Ghibli.
Yeah.
For us. That's great.
I did say to you when we had finished watching it that like it's arguably Miyazaki's only movie to not say something, and somehow
That's good.
it's his best one.
Yeah, you know what? if he just shuts the fuck up, he makes a fantastic film.
yeah. It's like get your agenda out of here.
Yeah. I don't want any of your agenda, your environmentalism in my Ghibli.
I get that you want to protect the environment, but man,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Like, in all seriousness, great message.
Yes.
Yes.
I do love it when he puts a message in, but sometimes he does just need to shut the fuck up
Yeah.
and just make a movie.
Yes.
Because that's when you get this.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's comforting. It's sweet.
It's
cute.
almost self-empowering as well.
Yeah.
The way that, Kiki kind of just realizes self-doubt is her own enemy, and also like growing up is just a facet of being human, and you're
Yeah.
gonna face a lot of different things with
Yeah.
that.
I'm not sure if this is like just me looking a bit too deep into it, but I like that there seems to be a message that like you can try your best, and sometimes it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And
Like,
that's
and-
no fault of yours.
Yeah, it's completely out of your control. Some days you're just not gonna feel it, and that's
Yeah.
completely fine. Take a breather. Go find your
Take it
friend in the
easy.
woods.
Take a
Yeah.
long walk.
Yeah.
You
Just
know,
breathe
Touch
and,
grass.
touch grass.
and if you just let it happen, it'll eventually come back, or you can at least build yourself back up to it.
yeah.
And
Which
things
is such a
will be
sweet
okay.
message,
Yeah.
especially to a younger audience, which Ghibli sort of gravitates towards.
Yeah.
Like anyway, I feel like that's such a sweet thing. A large part of this movie, I felt like if I had seen this at a younger age, it would have been one of my favorite movies of all
Oh
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine this being like I would say almost on a Harry Potter level esque influential, because it does the whole you're 13, it's time to grow up and do your
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, go outside, be independent.
Yeah.
It was a bit strange in the beginning, which is like, I'm 13, I'm gonna leave, mom, and
Yeah.
they're like, okay.
They do point out it seems to be very much a tradition,
Yeah.
and the parents do say you don't have to do
Yeah.
that. Like no one's gonna think any less of you if you just don't.
Yeah.
But it's Kiki that goes, no, I want to do this. I want to show that I can do it.
Classic 13-year-old mentality.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, great.
It's like, you don't have to. I'm like, fuck you.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
I also like that even it's not the most explicit, but I like that it shows that even if you move out and be independent, there's still no shame in like getting help from someone
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like finding a place where you can like get some help to just get on your feet, because that's the whole thing of like the bakery woman whose name I've forgotten, and I'm so sorry. But
So no.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. Whose husband does not have a name.
No, it also took me a long time to be like, oh, that's the husband.
Yes.
I thought I was just a baker.
He has like a line.
Yeah.
yeah,
The rest of the time he just sort of
Doesn't he just
grunts.
point at the blimp at some point?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he runs out and goes, "Hey, look."
He's a man of few words.
Yeah.
You know what?
Blim.
I respect that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he's great.
that whole message of just like, you know, there's no shame in needing help even when you want to be independent. Like that's just a pretty standard thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, I think as a message, it's not pushed too far, because I don't love it when it ends with, well, it's good that we learned that we don't have to be perfect and we can help each other.
It does sort of end with the almost South Park. I think I learned something today.
Yeah. But it's so sweet, I think. Like, there's stuff where I'm like, oh, I would have liked to see these things more, but I understand the direction it takes because, you know, she flies away, great. She meets the other girl who's like a fortune teller, and then we're like, oh wait, is she supposed to have a thing?
Oh,
She doesn't have a thing. And I feel like her finding her thing.
Delivery.
Hey,
Amazon Prime, next day delivery.
It pays the bills. It's good work. Someone needs to do it.
She can fly. That's what she says. So she you
could
know,
just take a car.
I gotta say,
that ain't gonna get you there that fast.
I gotta say, it was unexpectedly real, by the way, to get that scene where she meets the other witch and she realized, oh, I'm supposed to have a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to excel. I don't have that. What the fuck?
Absolutely. It's like meeting someone when you're like 15 who's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this course, and then in 7 years I'll do this. What?
Yeah.
There's also the thing, like, when she meets that other witch and she's like, yeah, I do fortune telling. She also mentions, like, she's almost done with her training, which means she probably didn't land in that town with that speciality.
Yeah.
She probably found it while she was there, and Kiki hears that and takes that as,
Fuck.
oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah, which, you know, very real.
Yes.
Very
Oh my
relatable
God.
to a 13-year-old. And I also like that the other witch is just not telling her that, like, she had
It's
to build that up.
okay,
She's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
like, I'm better and you're not.
Yeah.
They're like, bye, by the way. Good luck.
Have fun.
Again, real.
Yeah, it's easy. Just do what feels right.
Yeah.
You'll know when it comes. What do you mean?
Meeting that
Gotta
person
get your
who
head
knows
in the
that
game.
knows that they're destroying you just by existing
Yeah.
and they're like reveling in it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck those people. I had so many weird flashbacks to high school just from that sequence
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
Mhm. And she just goes on and picks the biggest fucking town in the world.
Yeah.
In
She-
Switzerland?
Vaguely Europe.
Yeah,
we
it's
love
always vaguely Europe.
It's got a very both French and Germanic architecture to the town, which you know, I wasn't sure.
Honestly, to me, almost maybe it's just the fact that it's like on an island somewhere, but I also almost got like Greece,
Yeah.
like modern Greece.
Yeah. I hate to say it again, architecturally it doesn't match up though.
I know.
Yeah. But vibe-wise, I
Vibe-wise,
is
yes.
what I was going for.
Uh-huh.
Architecturally,
Yeah.
definitely just vaguely Europe.
Yeah, vaguely Europe. With the tram system of
Portugal.
Some
Yeah.
German, probably a lot of Switzerland, and a little bit of Edinburgh.
I guess, yeah, it does have like a touch of
I'm biased because I live there. but-
yeah.
What?
No. I doxed myself. But yeah,
It's sweet.
it's a sweet movie.
Yeah. I don't know, it's, you know, it goes through the classic trials and tribulations, so to say, you know, first delivery fails, I think is always good.
Yeah.
You know, the one with the cat. I want to talk about the fucking cat. Wait. This bitch, this horny ass shit, finds one other cat and is like,
Abandons her.
Oh,
fuck it.
okay. So I guess you didn't pick up on it then.
No.
Gigi is not talking the entire movie. Gigi can't talk ever at any point.
So it's in her head.
It's yes. So when she does not understand Gigi anymore, and Gigi doesn't begin talking at the end, it's her no longer relying
On.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was just a
It's
magic
really
thing.
subtle. It's probably like
Yeah.
the best part of the movie when you realize what
my
it
God,
represents.
Yeah, it's basically imaginary friend.
Yeah, it's the thing that makes the coming of age story a coming of age story.
Yeah, like real.
Yeah, because I remember figuring that out and going, "Oh my god."
That is
stupid.
actually fucking genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think in maybe a second watch or third, whatever, you pick it up. But now I legit was like, this fucker. this fucker.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Because if you watch the movie again, you'll realize that Gigi never actually interacts or speaks, to any other character in the movie.
See,
I
thought
assumed
that was just a witch thing.
Yeah, same. I was like, oh yeah, every witch has a cat that only they can.
Yeah, like a familiar.
Yeah. No.
No. Okay, cool.
It's you'll sort of pick it up on the second watch through obviously never interacting with another character, but when she's sick, Gigi doesn't talk. And at first you think, oh, that's maybe because her powers or something, but obviously when you know the whole film, you're like,
I think it also sort of plays off like our expectation of just,
witches and
these kind of
familiars.
characters.
Yeah.
Because Sabrina the Teenage Witch has that. Sailor Moon.
Yep.
The cat from there. I'm forgetting the
Luna.
name. One of them's called Salem, and I was like, it's not the one from Sailor Moon.
No, Salem is Sabrina's cat. Luna is or is it Muna? Luna? Luna, I think, is Sailor Moon's
They're
cat.
both moon puns.
Yeah. Salem
Close
for
enough.
Sabrina, because,
Yeah.
I wonder.
It's actually short for Jerusalem.
Context for the audience.
Please context.
I am reading Salem's Lot, and in the book, it turns out it's not just called Salem's Lot, it is actually short for Jerusalem's Lot.
Sorry.
Not named after Jerusalem, the place, named after a pig. 'Cause sure, I guess, Mr. Stephen King, you fucker.
It more like shit. Yeah.
The main character lives in Maine. He is very mean.
Forgot about that one.
God.
Oh, no, okay, hold on. Focus. Refocus.
Yeah,
refocus.
let's bring it back to Kiki.
Yeah, that's an amazing revelation that I didn't catch, and
I'm glad it came up.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I
Perfect
just hated
movie.
that fucking cat.
Yeah.
That
No,
horrible
it seems
shit.
I
like
had
he's
your
just
feelings,
sort of a
though.
dickhead if you don't realize.
Yeah.
You just in her time of need,
Uh-huh.
he's just like, better go fuck that cat.
But her greatest
fuck
time of
yeah.
need is her needing to
Let
rely on herself and let go of not childish things, but like the childish worries.
Yeah, yeah. That transition from childhood into adulthood.
Yeah, or you know,
Adolescence at least.
adolescence, yeah.
That was the better one.
Yeah, because it's not coming of age in the sense of like a teenager growing into an adult. It's very coming of age of like
A child.
prepubescence into adolescence. Yeah.
Yeah, where you just kind of realize, oh, the world is kind of shit. and
Yeah.
I have to make it what I make it.
Yeah.
Life is what I make it.
Yeah.
Life isn't a fairy tale, and it isn't like in a movie where like good always prevails. You actually have to put in the effort.
Yeah.
Which is, very
Yeah.
poignant message.
Yes.
And
Also, the painting. I want to bring up the painting
Mm.
in the shack. Genuinely like a breathtaking moment. For some reason, like when she walks in and
Yeah.
sees it, that took my breath away.
Yeah, same.
It's so like you would walk into an
Yeah.
art, gallery and see it, and
It would
you
catch your eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
It almost. I'm sorry, I'm bringing up my favorite show again. It gave Vincent in
Yes,
Doctor
yeah.
Who that whole moment where he sees his own paintings.
Yeah.
And sees the people. around
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's a beautiful moment, and it reminded having that just in a little way reminded me of that, and I almost started crying again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything to do with Cabin Girl was like the best part of the movie.
Yes.
for me.
Yeah.
She's my favorite character.
I think we
Yeah.
could have gotten a little more of her.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the part there I was like, nah, I wish we had more.
Mm-hmm.
But I also wish we had more of the grandma and Bertha.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because they were sweet. And
More
I
of the
hate
parents as well, because like they say, oh,
Yeah.
write us,
a letter would be nice.
and then
yeah.
we kind of
Hope she does.
There's like one scene in the movie where you're like, oh yeah, I should finally write my parents, and then like it's never really,
Yeah.
Until like the end credits. Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, this is a touching moment, but I feel like as a through line of the movie, maybe
Like, it could have been a great way to, like, show us how she's feeling, where she's like, I don't want to do this. I'm failing.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything bad. I don't know what I'm doing in this town. I can't find a place to stay.
Mom, pick me up.
Exactly. A mom picked me up. I'm scared.
Yeah.
And her mom being like, no, you'll be fine. You just need to find your footing.
could have had a moment where like she's about to write a letter, but then she goes no.
Or like unwritten letters that we kind of hear or see or something like that.
There's like a pile of them in like a bin or something. That
like she doesn't know what to tell him because she's scared.
Yeah.
She's not the great successful witch that she wanted to be.
To get back to like Cabin Girl real quick, I do. There is a part of me that really did want more of her, but at the same time, I like that we get one scene of her where like with the crows and stuff, where she's trying to get like the toy cat back, and then it almost seems like the movie's gonna forget about her, and then she comes back to be the one to sort of help Kiki get like her head straight and just take her out and just give her that breathing space. I really liked that, and I'm not sure how well that would have worked if we had seen more.
That's true, yeah.
Because I think that moment of her again, it really does feel like a really uplifting moment of oh, it's her,
yeah,
it's a girl from the place. Oh my god,
oh my god, like we need this.
You said you'd visit, bitch.
Yeah, not gonna visit me. I'll fucking visit you. You said you'd write. Me with the gun.
Oh hi.
Hi there.
Also, fucking spoiled brat's birthday.
Oh, I hate that bitch.
I'm sorry. If your grandma makes something for you, you're fucking eating that shit. You're loving it.
Yeah.
You cannot say
Again, another flashback. I hate that I've encountered those people before, and it's like so much love was put into this.
Yeah.
It's so ungrateful. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like if someone makes something for you, even if they, for some reason, they forget what your favorite thing is. As long as you're not allergic to it, you're gonna fucking eat it and you're gonna love it. You're gonna say it's the best thing you've ever had and you're so grateful. Bitch.
I know you're like 14.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, that's what 14-year-olds are like, but still, bitch.
Absolutely.
Fuck you.
You wouldn't even dare to say it to your grandma's face.
Yeah. There's
also Aviation Club Boy.
Oh, Timbo. Tombo.
I'm gonna be honest, worst character in the movie.
Yeah, he is the one element that doesn't fit because he provides nothing to Kiki's character.
No. He is the thing pulling me back from calling this a perfect movie because he feels sort of forced in.
Yeah, it
feels like Miyazaki, and I'm not even sure. I sounded like it's almost like Miyamoto just personally putting something in because he felt like it, but like. To me, it just feels like he was added in because someone demanded a weird sort of romantic.
Yeah. Which like, it's not the first time we've come across this where we feel like an extra character was added in just for the
they're gonna puppy love.
And they even like go so far as to do a whole scene where you think they're actually gonna commit to it, but then the other friends show up and Kiki has like a panic attack, and I'm like, okay. That part would have been interesting.
Yeah.
But instead, we just kind of brush past it and forget all about anything that happened during that.
We don't get a lot of scenes of her trying to find friends.
No.
Yeah.
Which I think...
Because clearly that's not as important as a possible boyfriend.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she doesn't really find Tombo either, if that's even his name. I can't even remember.
Tombo.
He just sort of keeps... showing.
I was the one that yelled help. You think I was smart? Can I see a broomstick? I want to see a broomstick. Can I hold it?
You want to come to a party? We're going to a party. I'll come and get you and take you to the party.
You're coming to this party whether you like it or not. What the it's that part specifically of his characterization. I don't like that it does that 80s thing where like the boy is just super persistent and forces it, and that's just okay.
So sweet.
Yeah, look, he shows how much he cares. No, she's trying to get away. Leave her the fuck alone.
He came by. So what?
He looked very lonely. Okay, pathetic.
Honestly, when the baker woman was like, but he came by and waited, isn't that so sweet? I was about to say, no.
That's kind of
creepy. She didn't fucking ask for that. Piss off.
Yeah. And then she has to save him. They could have fallen to
should have let him drop.
It should have been Cabin Girl.
It should have been Cabin Girl, yeah.
That would have been...
If we just made her like really into aviation. Problem solved.
I would have taken Birthday Girl, but...
yeah. That at least would have had like some thematic
could have had like a small arc there.
Yeah, a minor arc.
Also, isn't that whole scene with the blimp in the middle of the town, isn't that like circle area, that's just where is it in France? in Paris, I think specifically.
The Arch?
Oh, the Arc de Triomphe?
Yes.
That's basically
it's basically just that area.
Yeah.
Like I saw that and I was like,
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But with a clock tower for some reason.
Yeah.
With the clock tower, I'm now thinking that the whole area in the movie kind of reminded me of like one of like a Sonic like game sort of area. I was thinking Sonic Unleashed, where you have an area that's basically just Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vaguely Europe.
Yeah, like that sort of Italy, France sort of area.
Somewhere there. Yeah. I'm sorry, but it's too funny of a visual watching a blimp like just nose down.
Yeah. It's also very funny watching that, like, none of y'all heard of the Hindenburg.
It didn't happen in this. This is the Hindenburg.
Yeah, I guess this is the Hindenburg of the film.
Oh, we needed to have a moment. And now we're watching the live test of the Hindenburg. Oh no!
Oh, the witchality.
I wonder what's going to happen. It's quite windy.
Honestly, as soon as they mentioned the blip, I went, I know where this is going.
It really feels like that was just there because the movie needed a climax.
Yeah.
Which, it didn't though.
Because you want your climax to have something to do with your story.
Yeah.
Let's say some delivery she makes, it's the most important delivery of her life. Maybe medicine, some shit. Some shit
an
with
Amazon
stakes.
driver and all the perils that happens there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like make that have stakes. This was just, I have to save.
If they wanted it to be the blimp, she could have had to have delivered a part for the blimp. And then
she
it
did
doesn't
wrong
work.
Or something.
Or something goes wrong and then she has to, help the blimp fly or something and
Which
then save the people.
That would have been nice.
And it would have tied in with the whole having her learn to fly again.
Yeah.
It would have made sense. No.
No.
Give me that broom!
Hey there, blimpy boy.
Give me your brush. It's not a broom. I'll use it.
It's close enough!
It'll work. Trust me.
Yeah, no, I was hoping for a Spider-Man.
Don't worry about it. I'm a professional.
Oh no. It's a shame. It's really nice.
Oof. But yeah, that one part, like all of Tombow and like maybe a little bit of the climax, just is what's holding me back from calling this like straight up a perfect movie.
No, yeah, I see that.
Little shit.
Yeah, no, full respect for anyone who's like, if this is your favorite Ghibli, I get it.
Hell yeah, I mean,
it
still might be mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has everything you need. We've been discussing, there are things that could have made it better, there are things we feel that we're missing, but oh my god, if you watched this as a kid, the nostalgia of that, oh my god, I wish.
Yeah. I mean, even having never seen it, there was something like watching it that felt nostalgic about it as well, and I could never put my finger on it while I was watching it.
It is another Ghibli movie, and you could argue maybe like I feel it a little bit in every Ghibli movie, but this one specifically, because of its nostalgia, almost reminded me of when the Ghibli movie I actually did mostly watch as a kid, which was Ponyo. You gotta watch at some point.
We will get there. Absolutely.
We have all the Ghibli movies.
I know.
There on Netflix to watch, so we'll get
really
there.
liking that movie as a kid, so I will feel a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah, I think we're.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell me scores.
With all the Tombow stuff and all that, I feel logically tells me I should give it a 9, but the emotional part of me wants to give it a 10, so I'm gonna give it a 10.
That's fair.
And just kindly ignore the other parts that hold it back from being actually perfect.
Yeah.
I think 7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's
There's
understandable.
There's just some bits where if to me it's a big problem with the climax doesn't hit. That's
Dissenting bitch.
I know, but it's so sweet overall, and the nostalgia of it's
cozy.
It's so cozy. Definitely, if someone's like, "What Ghibli movie should I want?" This is one.
Yeah, that's definitely one I would recommend.
Yeah.
If you want to sit down on a rainy day, with nothing else to do, and you just want a movie like that, put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're sick, a bowl of soup on your lap. This is what you want.
This is a stay home from school
movie.
Yeah.
10 as well.
Fair.
That's
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother. You can't keep getting.
You can't return what you can't see. Oh yeah.
We're making brooms out of brushes.
No one listening to this, and even Melina is not gonna understand what the fuck we're talking about.
Staring into the abyss, so
all right, we gotta go to Hulkamania, baby. Hulkamania, let's go.
Shout out to that one Some Call Me Johnny stream that lives rent free in my head.
Oh my god.
Sonic 06 Session 3, hell yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's the end of this episode. We will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.